Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about downsizing for the bus, because I've looked around and there isn't a ton of videos, because I understand it's not like the most exciting thing to talk about, but I know that there are people that are definitely curious about how we plan to go from a 2-bedroom house down to our bus, which is essentially like a studio suite or smaller. So at first, when I started going through everything, I tried to do the Marie Kondo life-changing magic of tidying up, or whatever it is, where you go through everything by category and basically like touch every piece. And if you guys want to, you can read her book and find out more, or watch her show on Netflix, because I'm not going to get super into that, because that's not exactly what I chose to do. I mean, I did start that way, but it is so tedious to go through your entire life that way, and for the amount of downsizing that we need to do, that's just not realistic. So basically, my approach and Jeff's approach when he's able to help with the downsizing is just going to be grabbing everything that we use on a regular basis, loading it up however we can. I mean, you've seen the kitchen, so we have our drawers and things like that. We're gonna have like one storage tote for kitchen, and then our clothes, we have like one shelf. We're going to allow like one bin, probably as a family collectively, for like seasonal swap out, and then whatever fills our shelf, if we need all of that room. We've gone through our clothes, and that was honestly the hardest part for both of us, and it turned out to be like not a lot that we actually wear, but hang on to a million things because we've spent so much money on them, or like them in theory, or they would work for like one certain kind of event, like a wedding or something, but it's not something we typically would wear constantly. So all of that stuff had to go, which was, you know, it really sucked, but I offered to friends when I could and donated the rest. And that's basically what we're going to do with the rest of the house as well, is basically what's going to fit, and everything else is going. So I'm letting family, and we have like a couple of friends that are coming over and taking what they want from the stuff that we can't bring, and the rest is just going to get donated. And if it's only valuable to us, then it's just going to go to the dump, unfortunately. But, you know, we got ourselves in this situation where we've collected all of these things over time that we thought were cool in the moment, or whatever the case may be, and we just keep them around because we liked them or spent a lot of money on them, and we're just thinking like, okay, it's time for these things to go. Like, even as I'm packing today, I'm just like, oh, there's some kitchen stuff I spent a lot of money on, it's not going to fit in the toaster oven, but when we have a house again, I'd love to keep this. But honestly, is it worth it for us to hang on to when I could probably just go and find these items again? And the answer is no. So getting rid of so much stuff, and I know it's going to feel awesome once it's done. It's just the actual going through it. But basically what I want to say to you guys is the easiest method is just take what you use, try as hard as you can to not even look at the other stuff, because for some reason we have so much emotional attachment to these items, and it's just like, ugh. Or thinking of like the money that you put into buying it is really hard to part with that stuff. So yeah, like I have so much office supplies because I bought from Costco when I went to school, and like I didn't use anywhere near as much as I thought that I would. Or I bought a whole bunch of like these pens and I didn't like the way they wrote, so I was like constantly buying these pens I loved off campus, and I don't want to throw away these other ones because I spent money on them, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's things like that where it's just like, okay, it's just gotta go. Like, when am I ever gonna need 60 pens? Like, I don't. So I can give them to someone who will use them or be able to make use of them. So I have to use like that sort of a mentality. Same with like stuff with Ren, our baby. I want her to love these toys because we think they're the cutest, and she just doesn't play with them. And I'm just like, okay, they have to go. Like, you spend like seriously so much money on a bunch of stuff that you like the idea of but never actually use in day-to-day life, and that's the only things that we can keep at this time. So that's definitely going to be the route that we're going to take, is just like, if we can use it day-to-day and do use it day-to-day, then it will come. Like, a good method that I was using for keeping clothes, because I was struggling so badly with that, was like, if it's been through the laundry like 3 times in the past month, then it's definitely coming. And if it hasn't seen a laundry hamper in a couple months, like season permitted of course, but if it hasn't seen the laundry hamper in a couple of months, it's gotta go. Like, clearly I'm not wearing it. There's things that I pull like right out of the laundry hamper because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's clean, yay. And so like that stuff's obviously gonna come, but there's things that I'm like, this shirt's so cute and I love it, but like I'll only wear it on this type of a day. Like, sorry, it's gotta go. But yeah, so that's definitely the method that we're choosing to do, is just like, can't follow those other things, like the fad sort of like sorting out your stuff. I mean, I love it. I love like thanking your things and sending them off. Like, thank you, you've been such a great service. Like, I think that's so cute and everything, but I don't have time to like touch and hold every item and thank every item. Like, we're kind of on a time crunch. I have a baby. Like, she's crying in the background if Dora the Explorer's not playing, or if she doesn't have enough snacks, or she's getting bored of like sitting in the kitchen while I'm sorting through Tupperware or baking dishes and stuff. But yeah, I think that would be the easiest approach. Even if you're deciding to just go more minimalist in your life, I would use that approach, because there's so much that we keep that we don't need. Like, we had so many plates and dishes, and the reason that we had them was like, oh yeah, we're gonna like entertain people and have little parties, and if we have guests, we need to be able to serve everybody up. Okay, here's the truth, the tea. We don't ever really have people over, so we use a dish each, like one bowl, one plate, that's what's coming with us. Fork, knife, spoon, and then, I mean, nobody wants to be having dishes piled up and whatever else. So everything else went. It was so sad, because again, it's the money that you put into it, but it is what it is at the end of the day, and we're just gonna have to like eat the cost and learn going forward that only have around us what's actually going to be useful for us, and that's it. Like, does it have day-to-day use? That's the bottom line for everything. And if you haven't used it even in like a couple months, maybe it should go, or you should reevaluate what's going on, because chances are you just love the idea of it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I love you guys so much for watching this stuff and being entertained by our lifestyle change that we're going to have. I mean, I know that it's so crazy, and I'm so excited because right now it's the 7th, and I'm thinking I'm hopefully going to be posting this tomorrow with my blog post. But yeah, like, time's ticking. There's only 30 days in this month, and we're going to be on the bus and traveling around, and I cannot wait. So subscribe and like this video, and yeah, follow along on our adventure. Love you guys.